say education is the panacea for all our ills and evils. The things start from with education. Education is just not a knowledge or a data of information. It is the ability to collect data, to collect information, and then deduce certain pragmatic solutions and results out of that. It inculcates three basic qualities in a person. Number one, it helps to augment or develop the ability to discern between right and wrong. Number two, it tells a person that what are your rights and what are the duties of those who are at the helm of affairs. And number three, it inculcates that courage to fight for the rights through the mass movement or through the protest power. This is basically education, because in the world we have seen that the problem is playing with the rights of the common man or the people. The people in power, they are not bothered and sensitive to the extent that their main objective is to serve the common man or serve the weaker segments of the society. And this is world over. This was there in the West in the beginning. And this is right now going on in the third world countries. And this was education basically, which brought that pivotal change in that society, I mean the Western society. Then they came to know their rights. And they came to know for the first time it is the duty of those who are in power to serve them, because they are paying taxes to them. Their emoluments, their salaries are given by the common people in the form of taxes, as in the GST. Everybody in Pakistan is paying the tax in the form of the GST. Then it is the prerogative of those who are paying the taxes to ask those who are in the power corridors and who have been employed or engaged by the people in those positions. But in the third world countries, people believe that perhaps they are our masters, they are not our servants. This is the basic thing which the education inculcates in the minds of the people. This was there in the West during the Dark Ages. And when people came to know about their power and then started asking them, questioning them, raising their voice, and finally, all the developed countries, generally I call the OECD, Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, 34 countries, they are those who have learned this thing that there is no other way except to serve the common man, take care of the weaker sections of the society. If you look at the underdeveloped and the developed world, the only visible difference will be the quality and the quantity of the literacy percentage. You look at Pakistan, our literacy percentage is just 57, 58%, whereas the quality, that is quite poor quality. And when you look at other countries of Africa or the backward countries of the world, their literacy percentage is quite low, and quality-wise, they are very poor. If you go to the developed world, I'm in the Western Europe particularly, the North America, Australia, New Zealand, you will see the main difference. If Singapore in Asia has emerged as a welfare state, you look at the quality and the quantity of the literacy touching 100%. It means the basic thing from where the things originate, that is education, because education is the bedrock from where the real accountability starts. This is the most important accountability institution. And generally, I call it institution of public accountability. Unless this is well established on sound footing, the real accountability in any country cannot start. This is the problem of Pakistan. This is the problem of the third world countries. And when the people are not aware of their rights, then what happens? Then aristocratic families, the cronyism, the oligarchies, they have the excellent opportunity to rule those countries. And generally we call it kleptocracy. And when they rule, they are not poised to serve the neglected segment of the society and create an egalitarian society. What we mean by egalitarian society, that means you are providing equal opportunity of growth and development to all and sundry. This is the tragedy of the third world. Their main priority or the focus is not the quality education. Look at the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, the 57 countries. They believe in education because their religion, Islam, that speaks about the education. The Quran has a maximum emphasis on that. When the Quran says, Rabbi zidni ilma, please help me out to enlarge, to expand my information domain, my knowledge domain, my research domain, because the God also says, Afala tatafakkarun, why don't you ponder upon the things? Why you don't try to look deep into the things? When he says Afala tatafakkarun, he believes that you must be having a research-oriented mind. There is a subject in the word research and development, R&D. The dual word, they spend and earmark maximum chunk of amount for R&D, because on the basis of R&D, they evolve and they innovate and came out with altogether different things for the society, for the mechanism to strengthen their defense system, to strengthen their economy, and ultimately creating a political influence all over the world. And that helps them to rule the world afterward. So basically, for a country to enjoy a respectable status in the Committee of Nations and creating influence all over the world, the jumping pad is the quality education. And this is very unfortunate chapter. The whole third world, including the Islamic world, particularly Pakistan, we have not given that much importance to quality education, which it really deserved. And it's quite common and it's quite visible, open, secret for everybody. When you look at the top 100 universities in the world, top 100 ranking, top ranking universities of the world, there is not a single university which is from the Islamic world or which is from even Africa, the whole continent of Latin America. This is so tragic thing. The maximum number of the top ranking universities, they belong to United States alone. There are 52 universities only from one country. And that tells upon that why this is a superpower and it is ruling the world. 48 rest in the world. There are 3 universities from the United Kingdom out of top 10. And the remaining 7 universities are there from United States. You see, this is the singular important factor. That tells upon the recipe is, the guiding arrow and the guiding principle in this respect for development of the society and political-economic stability of a country, the social stability in the country that originates from the strength of quality education. If we are unstable politically, socially, economically, there may be 101 reasons, but the most important reason is education. We are quite backward in education. It is in this context that I, in the beginning, said education is that panacea which really addresses all our ills and evils.